Hey, how's everybody doing? Hopefully I'm not too loud. I got my earphones in. I just wrote something for a friend. I just want to share it with him. It is 12/11 and the date is Saturday the 29th of July. Okay, so anyway, this friend, I don't want to say his name. I just named him Mike because I'm on the microphone and it's a battle rap. So I just named him M-I-C. I'm just, saying, not to say that's his name. It may or may not be, but I just named him Mike. Let's just say his name's Mike. Okay, I just wrote this love song for him, and I'm admitting that I'm gay, and I just wanted to read this. It's called Radical Faith, July 29th, 2023, at 12:10 a.m. Got that radical faith, and I ain't taking no sabbatical, say, forever and a day if we have to battle, okay. So behave, or be half-baked, half-assed, and make it halfway. Have some faith, your tactics passing away, I keep that gate. They can't get past me, but they faggot parade. It's in the bag. I leave these bastards in the casket encased. If no respect for God Almighty, they irrational waste. They try to cut me with their words and then they copy and paste. I'm not afraid. I'm not embarrassed of my fashion to fade. It won't these colors don't run USA, a patriot, brave. I've been in past times bashful about it, but today not ashamed of who I am. I am the one that has that radical faith. I pull the blade, but do I have to put it straight in that face? I may not. Man, either way, you need to act at your age. You gag at what's my take on tactics. Swift to black, you can fade without that rainbow hope, surpassing peace, surpassing in flames. Yeah, going out in blazes while you nag like you a hag that betrayed by me, the pool boy with a passion. Take a stab at that stain. There on your conscience, get a life again, just act at your age. Your back page pageant winners, fashion sense, keep fags on the stage. But you know me, I stacked them savage in the casket encased. But only if they try to take what's mine, they can't. What a shame, it makes for quite the trash to take. They squander rations, they raid. I fire rapid, they can't keep up in this three-legged race. They mishap, haphazard, flash hazards at me. Hazardous hate, captive taken. Just so happen to have had it with my captivate came to state my claim in stakes of papers, written statements to stain. They conscience navigating space and time. I spat in they face, or so they say. They hate the way I stay, so after the rain. They try to poison me with doubt. I let them do what they may. They think I'm stupid. They're irrational. I've radical faith. Yeah, they ain't the only one who's mastered that. The tool of the trade. They ain't the only one who's mastered this. The tools of the trade. That taste they have for waste they make from they magnets for the maggots they mace. They ain't the only one who's mastered that taste they have for waste they make they magnets for the maggots they mace. With tasers, hassled titties flashed at mishap traps. It's amazing how trapped in a maze these men go mass to their graves. No sense of grace, no sense of mercy. Act like snacks on a plate. I ate them all up served on silver platters. Ain't changing pace. A full course meal I make 'em in like Mike. Stand massive and gay. They tuck they tail in shame and won't say nothing back in a way. When face to face, they ain't got ish to say. They push me away with half-assed passion, misplaced, flaccid, limp, Lake Placid. Okay, Loch Ness monster, meet your kindred. Chupacabra in chains. No way, look Bigfoot, you're not that big, not to dad who can slay. You slacker slain lay by the wayside, wolves lie back there and wait for little Riding Hood red. Really ain't that cute, I would say. Well, what big brains you have for idiots. It's sad, but I'll say you ain't gonna pass the test who flunked you for your lack of good taste. You sassy ass sarcastic faggots with your fasting from face at fate that saves amazing grace. Forgive my language, that's hate. Or so they say, really just honest stiff jab stabs that I take at no good gadgets at best go-go's, yo-yos yakking away. All day they yapping, ain't got nothing to say. And nightly find them on the stage, they take still staggering stains. Here on the face of God's creation, bunch of crap when they came into fruition much too fast to catch, they running away. I stand my ground from here on out, it ain't that clout that I chase. Bareback a dragon, captivate and go down caverns and cave. Cap the able, with most capable claim to stake again. I say what's mine, you ain't gonna take it away. Spell locus, L-O-C, you saint or beast, just be it a saint. Look, never claim to be the Christ kid, I'm the one Jesus ain't. My girl, you asked me, she could be Jesus, I'd say. Too quick to mingle on the mattress with these actors that sway. Get by the Masons, Eastern Stars, at best they bastards betrayed. In concentration can't spend nights and days at Walmart in range. They packing ammo out the wazoo for their wacky ass day to come and clapping for a bad and they go happy to graves. The flaming fruitcake fast gone flaccid, blasted magnum ablaze, and that spat out fat some silver bullets in barrages brigades of gay assassin sugar daddies to those sat on their face. As if those fools could see the future past, they passed in a way. While we go on and on forever who have radical faith. We go on and on forever who have radical faith. Get over it. Back in the saddle coming at 'em I came. I never backed away when face to face. They flinched as they flaked. They ain't correct enough to claim came what both had witnessed that day. They ain't correct enough to claim what both had witnessed that day. It makes you shudder at the inclination. Christ is betrayed, been by the same who claimed his name. We all have done him that way. Sad to say. We all have done him that way. I want again grow up again, I say. Just act at your age. You're twice mine, plus your girl ain't even on my radar, okay? Not interested, I never was. I just felt bad for her, say. Hate that you ain't tell me that you felt that way for making mistake. You thought me less than what's wound up at times in traps that you made. With me in mind, you must have baffled, been by raffled away. Your common sense was common knowledge these days. Can't even say you lost your way. Hey, that's okay. Just get right back at the race. With other rats down sewers saintly, with the turtles they raise. The secret of the ooze, what's new, ain't nothing new that can change. The fact you face amongst the men who have no badge, flash, fillet, get by the master craftsman shaping blades from blacksmith's remains. Your sad cadavers dragged from long black wagons, ghastly engaged to suck you by. No thank you, why? You always at me of Cain. I wonder not that it's worth knowing. I just ask cause I can't continue grasping at these straws that fall short. Facts, you're a fake. You like to say what's almost nothing, then you insinuate that I'm in sin just cause I tried to be who'd have it. You can't say I ain't had your back. I gave you leather jackets to trade. You wrapped in robes and draped in jewels that you would raffle away. In sissy fashion with no sense of what's worth having. I hate to say you quarterback sneak snacked on, snuck up, sacked you today. And all I had to do was face you. That's a fact, what to say. Now that you've had it with the way I came at straight as a blade. I didn't try to cut your feet out from under. Asked you to save a place in Hades for the faction, split in fractions to fray. You too afraid to face your friend, who's man like half of your age. If that attack you feel at times, by me, been backing away from this in spirit since we met, but I have not been afraid, have not collapsed unless to pray for you, sent packing to pace. Yourself on gorgeous smorgasbords, too much to ask us to stay. Faithful to our friendship, can't express it, man, just claim it's your stake. Can't express it, man, just claim it's your stake. You're a mistake if not for dad who spanks that ass and you ain't even give thanks. You ain't even gave thanks. Well, now we have it. Why your middle name starts with an A. Yeah, initials. MN, are you? Really, that's a fact that you face it every day in mirrors shattered, splatter matter from brains. To bash to bits, you bash them with your notions of what matters, man, nay, say. Fat, sarcastic, soothed by trash bin mags you cast as I came. And through the door insinuating you weren't mastering bait. Place to think I'd actually take it, man, that's jagged the way. That marks the path we staggered down in good old days, both dismayed. Now splitting up, who gives a fuck about your passion so pain. With angst at rallies, gay bash bigots might as well be, I'd say. And I'm the fag, I guess, who's dragged behind your wagon to waste. Laid. What you say one more time, old friend? Like the old timers say, for old time's sake, just sat there silent, neath your mask while I make quick work of quacks like you call Aflac. I have radical faith. You on the other hand would cling to Satan's claims that he stayed. What ain't his? A sneak up, smash and dash, unfaithful betrayal of his only friend. That's you, I guess. Makes me a sad little shame. To be the devil came against the God you're not, you just say. My dad don't have to stoop to smash you. Ain't gonna dash when you cave. Beneath the weight of what's as light as feathers floating away. Once they pluck from ugly ducks, swans pitch black blasting away. We take the skies that fall, can't help but scrape with towers afraid. It makes the coward in our shadow bow down, crown now unnamed. Anonymous, the fact is that we don't chase money to make, or change to scrounge around and scrape. For clowns do in their gowns and their capes. Shit. We captivated by the mastermind who crafted it space-time fabric fashion for the purpose of the same that we came. To stake our claim, to aim, to change you brains, blue blasted away. Take aim point blank, blast at your face and blazes brash when we braid. A threefold cord, that's hard to break. If ever even that breaks. I've had it, Mike. Mainly with that way you act to distasteful. Have your way with what you have no right to actually claim. I clash with titans. Ate for breakfast, you just jack it at Jane. Don't toe tag tainted like your conscience stained with cash that you make. From fags who have to have your batch to whip, cross back cracked, I can't help but to laugh at how you happen to have. Hold up, I can't keep going. It's too easy, man. How many that make? Your diss tracks piling up. All honors to you fags, Jackie's fave. All honors of the fags, Jackie's fave, who gave you face and now you mad just cause your girl let me can't. You dropped her off. You're such a sap as if I'd actually rape and ravage someone I respect unlike her massive mistake. Man, that's like way too much to count for you. How many's that make? That you have wasted time with passing it, just mashing them maybe gas. You should shap them, that's okay. I guess they gag on you gay. Don't even know you're nap. As if that ain't the claim of most who know you shack up Shawshank, crawl through tunnels that tanks of shit build up enough to back you up with bullshit your claim. To what you found ya underground there where the letter would say a box of cash to bail you out when enough she's had of your hateful disdain, dagger dipped in acid baths, awake and half baked. Go back to sleep and make a waste of what's most precious. That's great. I'm sure your dad would be proud now. He'd flash the badge in your face and whoop whoop hazards at you haggard, duke my ass, that's insane. You cash and make a splash with cannonballs, you blast in my face with silent distaste for how captive prove to hold me you can't. Not back from what is mine, I take it from your grasp, grip the grain. I'm at the wheel, you're scooping poop, and don't think I'd say I ain't. That's what you are. If you can't notice how I've grown as of daily, kept you updated against my better judgment, you jade me with your jasmine draped in jasper gems that baffle the brain, encased in glass like sassy sissies keep their china that man, encased in glass like sassy sissies keep their china. That changed. I haven't toured your newest interest in museums where I came to see you sat there on the shelf behind shattered glass, full bladders to blame for what a mess I make in spirit just by showing my face. At best in zoos, your apes like snatch and grab, throw feces at face. At best in zoos, your ape like snatch and grab, throw feces at faces sat. This feces is the cities that you blast at the cave. Your favorite spot to withhold whatever you manage to claim. At mishap gatherings, you gravitate towards tactical taint and stain their conscience all who captive take and make that mistake. The same I did the day I entertained your madness to make quick work of any dumb enough to call you master of blades. You black out pages, now make tapes of how you grafted in great. Another hooker added to that list so long that was made of all the nasty whores you threw at me, breadcrumb in the grates. Who does that? You do. Do jujitsu? Yeah, if that was the case, down the Komodo, I let dragons all enraptured. That taste, man, how's it taste? To know your words mean nothing, not, man, knack for exchange. Okay, look, all enraptured. Look, look, who does that? You do. Look, breadcrumb in the grates, who does that? You do. Do jujitsu? Yeah, if that was the case, down the Komodo, I let dragons all enraptured. That taste, man, how's it taste? To know your words mean nothing, knack for exchange. Okay, if say it, take it straight back to that break in the bank. I leave in tattered flags that flap in wind, just hint at the gate. I've overcome and folks like you, just hint at the wait. I've had the patience, sat elated, latch back fast, man, the gate. Look, I'll overcome and folks like you who don't know crooks from what's straight. Me, when I shed you like the veil that gets lifted, laughed in your face. To know you've witnessed what's a miracle and still you won't say of all that you could say. That's what you say in silence that's saintly. Why you rape her? Just cause I felt bad you cast her away. Found her attractive, not as massive, but ain't spat in her face. Or ran around on her ramp rapid, all the backs of whack babes. You trade undignified for titties that were tasseled with what taints. That were, look, I'm not messed up. You trade undignified. Okay, look, at least I, yeah, just cause I felt bad you would cast her away. Found her attractive, not as massive, but ain't spat in her face. Or ran around on her ramp rapid off the backs of white babes. You trade undignified for titties that were tasked with what taints. The milk gone sour without power, now you packing what's aimed. Had friends who had your back, that babe of yours is grown and can make her own decisions. You sat back and watched me walking away without a word. How many times now have I had it? You'd say the same, whose back I'd never stab at with a crafty forged blade. That makeshift shank came from my shawl, betrays the master when makes a waste of who thought of his friends would have to sadly then face that I like you had lost the bone and back that made me a man. You might as well weep like me, willows, worth for wonder who hate, make worth for wonder who hate to say that you were someone special, thought you were someone else who could appreciate pain. You can't a pleasure-seeking people pleaser, wiener to waste, a whiner on buns that hold you back from heartfelt hacks at passions to pace. Your crimes against humanity stacked like cadavers encased in tight-shut caskets, latch back fast, close confinement for to ration their days. They drag out grasping gain at straws, shortfall, all shafted to shame, put that you would actually claim that you were a shaman, throw shade. You just the same get shafted by what's in my back that's a blade, to black swift fade, once flowered passionate, now passing away. Guess you could say I have the wackiest way of captivate, who apparently gets raped if I say so with my massive blade to have came from such a sheath, freshly shaved. My limp gone flaccid, froze lake placid, Bigfoot fat in your face. I'm off the chain, chap chupacabra, not on conscience sustained. I stay creative while destructive, you take stabs at my game. It came in DNA, get activated, cash in and claim. What little's left of what remains there of your tragic sad dame, who has to overcome you captive, taking clap for you nay. While you're still clapping at me, how's that for a fast take on AIDS? Assistant sat in on classes, clash with these nasty ass apes. Assistant sat in on class clashing with these nasty ass apes, has left me snaking through the grass, laid flat, not shaking. To have it, what say you now that words escape the master? Yeah, right, silent, insane. You sat and raged at me for what? I won't repeat what I'd say. If you were brave enough to face, if you were brave enough to say, just send a letter my way. And don't forget to sign sincerely, sealed with kiss that betrays. You ain't so captivating now that you can't face what was made. When you mishandled me, grew massive in the past that you claim over the future for to come for all who ain't so ashamed to have to face themselves in mirrors where it gets shattered their dreams. That drastic turn, bad trip, fantastic. Let's just flash at the babes. A badge that says, if we're to rape, please don't say that's a shame. Then please don't say that's a shame. If everyone has graced the front page of the paper that day, that bloody Sunday cherry popped on top, tits tasseled with taste, you know it's so. You'll probably use these words against me, that's great. That's fine, okay? Just know I care for you till still do today, I guess. Imperative, impetuous. Just like you know who, forgive me for saying blank, but I never meant to outdo he who hasn't yet came to point of grasping that though massive in the flesh he's a flame and gay. Fag, gag, who drastic, underestimates the same that he claims, has overestimated self, yeah okay, that means that way. Which one is which? Most wicked, wacky, with ways? See how you just have to say, anyway, thanks for the Wi-Fi while you sat there a waste. Plus all the nasty women daggers dipped in dag at the way. I anger beavers, half your size, both length and girth, and still make a savage waste of you who ravage just the same as do they, get stacked in graves there in the spirit where you spat in my face. Don't have the fate to face me unafraid of what one might say if we're to have dang in exchange with such a waste of time space. They're at the tavern carving caverns from those sat there in range, just blasted rabbits, mad gone grafting, every ape spliced with snake, and snack on sweet tooth mishap bad habs. Just ask Babs, what a babe. Damage control I've done too long for you who don't know a thing about what have you, nothing much, just a whole bunch of what makes for quite the rummage cell and spirit realm where rats in a race don't even get as far as fastened to the floor with a blade. Fillet. That sharpest tack, my tactic fraction splits you fast to be frayed by what must face. You do each day, I visit vascular vague. You got the cover of the mag again, today it just came, the type of negative on playgirls, Christian women that wave, in sad parades that mark down days to when we'll have it again, and I will celebrate the fame of who just lost us the game. Go gag on lollies, lacking lollygag, goo goo doll, man dang, how many cartoon cute fruit cupcake nicknames tacked on your claims. The fame and fortune that get trashed when whoops, wait, Anna, okay, Nicole, those Xanax, where they at? Is that? No way, she gay, never mind. Just put it back there in her bag so to make for less a scene till cops arrive there on the strip wearing strange. And angels fall in entertainment for the tragic and lame, the pop-up porn vid. Go make popcorn, captivating to the masses who made and shade get shafted before they even know what hit them today by what's presented in the media, outmatched by your lazy, lacking courage so to cash in, have you unmatched, be unnamed, and be named for what's a shame if ever was one. Call that tactic okay. It's a distraction split to fractions before presented the cake. Wait, how's a stripper gonna fit in that? I just want to taste. Her ass was massive, but her character was lacking, I'd say. Oh well, man, thank you anyway. My B-day, and you came. It doesn't matter that the gift I got a gag. That's okay. It was your friendly hand extended, clenched that fist that swift came to swap spit. Smack lip lashing out at who always came and brought a good gift to eventful sad your days that would waste. There's a couple typos in there that had to skip the words. There where you'd have me sat at tables turned subservient to I will not say. It makes me sick to know you were not even human. That's great. Now where to go with what's my life after you tried hard to take it? Maybe wake and bake feel better. Just forget it's your name. As if you'd ever mean so much to me who laughs in your face. If ever humor found in tragedy on tracks where you trade up switch sway sleepers toward the dreamers. More fit for hacking away a lumberjack with hatchet at those who have radical faith. Who soon outdo you. If not tutus wrapped in satin to say, if nothing much, just least enough to make for flaccid what may. Just take a stab at you, if not for how who ghastly would make. For quite the bottom in the sack you slack on slaps in the face. Slaps in the face. Slaps in the face.